Hi, welcome to Online Sunday School. This is Hannah and this is Jenna, and they're going to be helping me, and I'm Wendy. So to start off, I thought we would start at the very beginning, and that's in Genesis. At the very beginning, if you open up your Bible to the start, the first book in there is called Genesis, and it talks about how God created the whole world, because that's the beginning, right?
Yeah.
That's the beginning for us. God was here long before our beginning, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And I know some kids are going to say, I already know God made everything. He made the trees and he made the birds and stuff. But we're going to look at some things a little bit different. And that's what I want to do when I'm going to tell you a bunch of stories that you probably already know. I'm going to give you things to think about that I think you haven't thought about before. Or maybe you have. So, just a little bit different of a way. So, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. It means it had nothing there. And the darkness was on the face, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So what happened first was there was the earth. Actually, the earth is round, but I can't make water stick on a round ball. And so we're going to do it flat just for today. So we're going to pretend as a piece of the earth. Hannah, can you grab the water and pour it over top?
Just pour it over top of it.
Sure, as full as you can make it without pouring it all over the table. Keep going. We want to cover it all because it says it covered all the earth. So there was no land sticking out. How's that? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So that's kind of the idea. There was ground underneath, and the whole thing was just covered with water. Pretty cool. And then God said, what do you think the first thing he said was?
This will be the earth.
No, I'm going to give you a hint. Whoops. Maybe not.
This is the light.
Let there be light. Yeah. And so there was light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness, and he called the light
Day.
Yeah. And what did he call the dark?
Night.
Yeah. So evening and morning were the first day. Now, did you notice something already? It said evening and morning were the first day. When we think of a day, when we have a day on the calendar, what does that start with?
Morning.
It starts with morning and then evening.
And then night.
Yeah. So we kind of have it different. And I don't know why it was evening and then morning. I don't know if anybody knows why, but that's what it says. So that's what it is. Okay? So that was the first day. So on the first day, God made what?
He made the light and the dark.
Yeah, and he called it day and night, and he made the earth kind of covered all with water. Okay, then God said, let there be a firmament in the middle of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So he wanted something between the waters and the waters. So this is going to be hard to figure out. He wanted to separate the low water from the high water.
How would you do that, though?
With nothing in between?
Yeah.
Could we do that?
I don't know.
Could God do that?
Probably.
He could. And so he did that. He's told some of the water to come up and some of the water to stay down. I think that probably most of the water stayed down. And the water that came up, that's like clouds, right?
Yeah.
Is there water in the sky?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. When there's a rainbow, it's because there's water in the sky. So there is water in the sky. So that's what God wanted to do, was to create sky and atmosphere so that things could live there. So Hannah, could you reach that bowl, tip out those guys inside? Maybe Jenna could take the stuff out. Okay. And set it over top of here. Upside down. Yeah. So it kind of creates a sky on our earth.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And so this kind of has water and stuff so that the air is nice and moist so everything doesn't dry up, and there's lots of water underneath. Now, if we're going to keep adding to our earth, we can't do it underneath the sky. So I'm going to get rid of the sky, but we'll pretend that it's still there. Okay? So the second day, what did God make?
He made the sky.
Yeah, he separated the waters and made the sky. Pretty cool. And there was evening and morning, and that was the second day. Then God said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let dry land appear. So how's he going to do that?
I don't know.
Okay, so he wants dry land to appear, but there's water all over it. So what would have to happen? He'd have to move some stuff.
Yeah.
So can you guys kind of move that so it scrunches a little bit, and so there's like,
What do
you might have to get your hands wet. Don't worry, there's a towel beside you. You can scrunch it. Look at that.
Ew, that feels so slimy.
Okay, does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, where's the towel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit gross because my clay didn't work. So there's the land. Now, did you notice the water is even deeper, right?
Yeah.
Because some of the land came up and the water took its place, and so it got deeper. So what do you think the deep parts of our world is called? The deep water.
Deep water?
Yeah.
Maybe
If you walked all the way to the end of Canada, what's there?
the end of the earth.
No. Where do whales live?
Ocean.
In the ocean. So these would be the very, very deep oceans, right? Because the
Yeah.
land came up. So this would be Canada and the States and Mexico and all those big countries. And so he moved around the land and made the oceans. And look at, there's little puddles here, which in our world would be lakes and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So did God use his hands? Did he go in like we did and
No,
scrunch it
no.
all up?
No pee. I don't know.
You don't know? Well, it tells us. It said, God said. So how does God do things?
He just says it and
He-
it happens.
Exactly. That's how powerful he is. He can just say it and it happens. Is that amazing?
Yeah.
I can say stuff and nothing happens. I say, Grandpa, take out the garbage, and nothing happens. Mommy says, Jenna, clean up your room, and nothing happens. But God says, hey, land, come all together and make a deep ocean, and whew, it happens. Amazing. Is that not amazing?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's what happened. And God saw it, and he said it was good. He called the dry land earth, and the big waters he called seas. And then God said, let the earth bring forth grass and herbs and fruit trees and all those things. And so the earth brought forth grass. Can you get some grass and trees and put it here, and you and Jenna can stick it in?
Where do you want them? Yes.
Anywhere you want. God put them wherever he wanted. He put cactuses in some places, and he put spruce trees in other places. What kind of plants are there?
Trees.
Trees? Flowers?
Yeah.
Moss?
Yep.
Yeah, all kinds of things. There we go. And he put seeds in them. Why do you think he put seeds in them?
To make more trees or
Yeah.
something, all that stuff.
He does amazing things, eh?
Yeah.
And so that's what he did. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. So what did he do on the third day?
He made plants.
And
Trees. And land.
the land. Exactly. And then God said, let there be lights in the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for the signs and the seasons and the days and the years. Do you guys know what those lights would be? There was lights in the sky.
Stars.
Stars. And God made two greater lights. The great light is to rule the day,
That's the sun.
and the lesser light to rule the night.
Moon.
Exactly. And he made the stars. And he set them in the heavens to give light on the earth. So, okay, so he said that the stars and the sky, the sun and the moon are going to give light to the earth. Does it do that?
Yes.
Okay, but if we go back to the beginning, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And he didn't make the sun yet. Did you ever think about that?
No.
No, because God can just make light without the sun. But he decided to do that because that way everything works together. If you guys learn it in science, when the earth turns, it makes it nighttime, right? When we're on the other side. And so God just made it so that it all just works nicely. Kind of like when you build a clock and everything ticks, ticks, ticks. It just works nicely. And so he did that. So even if there was not a sun, God could still make light. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
What else does sun give us besides light?
Heat.
Heat, exactly. So the sun does give us light and the moon gives us light because God said to do that, right?
Yeah.
But we had light even before. Isn't that cool? I bet not very many people thought about that before. Okay, so that's what they did. Let me see. And also the seasons. And because how many seasons do we have?
Winter, spring, summer, fall.
Exactly, 4. And how many days of the week do we have?
6, 7.
7. Jenna's just skipping today because we're already in it, right? Oh, you were thinking how many days did it take to make the world, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I know what you were thinking. You were ahead of me. Okay, so that was evening and morning on the 4th day. And then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures." So the water was going to be filled with living creatures. What lives in the water?
Ooh, sharks, fish, whales, humpback whales, seahorses,
Seahorses,
starfish,
octopuses.
octopuses, squid,
Yeah, pretty cool. Can you guys think of some as well?
leeches.
Leeches. Leeches do live in the water. Ew. Okay, and then it said, God created great sea creatures and every little thing that moves with which the waters abounded according to their kind. And he also made winged birds according to their kind. Lots of birds flying in the sky. So he filled the water and he filled the sky. What kind of birds do you guys like?
Blue jays.
Yeah.
And ravens. And there's a goose.
Hawks?
And
I like eagles.
yeah, eagles.
I like ostriches. Their long necks, they look so funny. And I like penguins that waddle, waddle, waddle. And I like my rooster. His name is Henry, and he crows every morning. So God made all of the birds in the sky, and he made the fish and the sea creatures. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." So he said, "Go hatch lots of eggs. I want you to fill it all up." Wouldn't that be cool?
Yep.
And then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creatures." Oh, that was the 5th day. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that. So the evening and the morning were the 5th day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creatures according to its kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth, each according to its kind." And God made the beasts of the earth and everything that creeps on the ground, and God saw that it was good. So he made all the animals, the ones that live on the ground. like cattle, like our cows outside.
And dogs.
Yeah.
Tigers. Chickens.
Tigers.
Chickens.
Chickens were already done the day before because they're a bird.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Madison's favorite is a horse. I like skunks. They're cute. Bunnies. So
Cats.
many. There is so many. If you go to the zoo, there is animals. Sometimes I've never even seen them before.
Giraffes.
Giraffes. Yeah.
Lions.
So he filled up the earth. Can you take that little dog and put him on the earth?
Right here.
Yeah, let's put him anywhere you want. There you go. There's our animal on the earth. And then, what else lives on the earth? Can you guys think of?
Hippos.
Besides an animal.
Trees. Human.
Humans. Yeah, trees were already put on. So then God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female. So can you put our Adam and Eve on there?
On here.
Yep. She's going to get her feet wet. And God blessed the people and said to them, be fruitful and multiply, have lots of kids, and fill the earth, and rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. So he put people in charge of the earth. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you think people take good care of the earth?
Some people do.
Some people do, and some people don't. Right?
Yeah.
And God said, see, I have given you every plant that yields seed on the face of the earth, and every tree, and you can use it for food, and also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, which there's life. I have given every green herb for food, and so it was. And then God said, everything that he made was good, and it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So Jenna was right. In 6 days, God created the whole world, right?
Yeah.
So what did he do on the seventh day?
He took a break.
He took a break. Thus the heavens and the earth and everything on it were finished. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work. And he blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work, that from his creation that he made. Oh, Adam also rested. He just fell over and had a nap. So on the seventh day, do you think God was tired? Do you think that's why he rested?
No, he rested because he did all that work, and it was like, and on Sunday is like the church day.
Sunday is church day. He rested not because he was tired. God doesn't get tired. But he rested. Did you ever build something and when you were all done, you just sat back and you just looked at it?
Yep.
Right? Jenna and I made a cat tree for her new kitten, and we put it in the house, and then we just looked at it and we watched the kitten play.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know if I'm right, but I think that on the seventh day, God said, I just want to spend time with these guys. I just want to look at what I made and watch the people, because I love the people, and I just want to watch them, just like Jenna liked to watch her cat enjoy what we made, right? Yeah, exactly. And he wanted to spend time with us. And so you were right about church day. And so God says, I want you guys to have a day of rest too, and spend time with me. Just like I took a day of rest and I spent time with you. So he gave that as an example. And it gives us time to think about things and let God talk to us, just like he thought about things and he talked to us on his seventh day. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So that is the story of creation. Did you guys know everything was made on certain days in certain orders? Did you learn anything new today?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, you learned God doesn't have to use his hands to do stuff. How does he make things happen?
He just says it.
He just says it.
He just says it and it happens.
Exactly. And that there was light before there was a sun.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think you guys can remember all the stuff that happened on every day?
Yeah.
You can? Okay, well that's going to bring us to our game. So I'm going to move our little earth. And Hannah, can you get the dice? And can you roll the dice? What did God make on the third day? Oh, you guys try to beat Hannah. What did he make on the third day?
So he made the plants and trees and stuff.
Yes, he did. Okay, Jenna, can you roll it? A 5. What did he make on the 5th day?
He made underwater creatures.
He made underwater creatures. And what else? Can you guys remember what else he made?
Underwater creatures and the sky. Oh, no.
No, the birds in the sky. Right?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, Hannah, can you try it?
So
On the 6th day, what did he make?
he made the 2 people
And what else?
and
He did make the 2 people. That's okay. I will tell you. He also made all the animals. Jenna, you want to try again? On the 2nd day.
On the 2nd day, he made the
Are you guys remembering?
the
What was that bowl for on the 2nd day? That was to say it was the... Hannah, do you remember?
Sky.
The sky. Yeah. See, it's hard to remember. And God wants us to try to remember as much of the Bible as we can. So we're going to try to memorize. So that's our game. You can get a dice and you can try to remember. What was on the 4th day?
Okay, so there was a sky.
I got to practice because I got to keep looking.
Was there the moon and the sun?
Oh, say it loud.
Stars. Moon, sun, and stars.
Exactly. So that's our game for today. You can get a dice and you can do it with your friend or by yourself or with your mom or dad or your sister or brother, and you can try to remember. And we don't have a 7 on our dice because everybody knows, what did God do on the 7th day?
He took a break.
He took a break to spend some time with us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And we have a song for you, and I hope you love it. See you next time.
Bye.
Day 1, God's work begun. The light and dark He made apart. Day 2, still more to do. The sky and sea